What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. You already know what's going on. You can see it in the title. We got USA versus Canada tonight. I'm excited for this one. We're, I believe, a few minutes away from kickoff. The USA they won their group. Their group had Trinidad, Jamaica, and St. Kitts. Came out on top of the group because of goal differential, even though they were tied on points with Jamaica. But the team has showed out well. You got Jesus Ferreira and guys like that really showing out. So I'm excited to see what they do now that we are into the knockout stage with a Canada group that I don't believe they brought all of their top tier players as well. So they're kind of in the same boat as the U.S. But they're obviously a team that wants to prove something. Because if you've been here for the other watch longs for U.S. soccer, we already know that it's USA, Canada, and Mexico kind of top of the class in CONCACAF. Although the past few months, it's kind of seemed like USA has separated themselves from Mexico and Canada. But tonight's going to be a fun game for sure. So I already know, appreciate those of you tuning in. As you come through, drop in the chat what's going on, what's up, something like that. Let me know you hear. And, just be respectful. That's the only thing I say. We can talk about other stuff going on as well. Because I actually did not know that the Celtics Summer League game was tonight at the same time. So I'll have to choose a game probably. I think they play Wednesday next because I do want to do a Celtics Summer League game on here for sure. So be on the lookout for that as well. Isaac, what's up? What's going on, man? Appreciate you for tuning in. Pretty sure you are new to the channel, so really appreciate that. I mean, I obviously got to ask, if you like streams like this, watch longs for USA Soccer, go ahead, hit the subscribe, and yeah, notification as well. I will be doing more of these. I know I said a couple of streams before. I'm going to try to do the Women's World Cup as well, the USA games as well for that. So if you like soccer content, got that. I have the podcast I normally do, football, basketball, a little bit of soccer sprinkled in on there as well. So, if you just enjoy that, hit the subscribe. Really appreciate it. But, Isaac, that you're in here, you got any predictions for tonight? Winner, score, whatever. I've got U.S. Let's go 2-0 U.S. That's what I'm thinking. So we got the national anthems going right now. Got Canada's national anthem. But yeah, like I said, I'm really excited to see what goes on in this one. I think yesterday Mexico played. So they're moving on to the semifinals with their 2-0 win over Costa Rica, I believe. First half, not a lot of action in that game, but Mexico got a couple of goals in the second half there to secure the win. They're trying to build momentum themselves because we know Nations League they were maybe at their lowest. Eddie, what's going on, man? Welcome back. I remember you from the finals games. I appreciate you stopping by. How you doing? And do you have a prediction for the game tonight? Hey, yes. I'm trying to make sure I remember, people who've been on a couple of streams. So I definitely remember you, Eddie. All right, we're about to have the U.S. national anthem, and then we'll be. All right, let's see. 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 on our way to getting this game started. I have been swamped and exhausted with side gigs. What's I do? Hey, that's fine. Look, I completely understand. I know life happens, so I just feel like I'm just here to give a little break for. I mean, for this would be probably a couple of hours, and like I said, we just kick back, chill, and just talk during the game. So I will say for those of you, Eddie, yeah, like I said, I completely understand. So for those of you over on Kick, appreciate you for tuning in as well. I'm relatively new over there, so just trying to build a community there as I've started doing here on YouTube and Twitch as well. So appreciate you on Twitch. I mean, on Kick, kind of combine the two there. So I use Talk Studio, so the Kick chat won't come in here. But for those of you on Kick, I do have you pulled up on the iPad, so I will be able to see your messages in the chat. So feel free to let them fly in there as well. So, all right, the national anthems are over, and we are about to get going. Let's see. Looks like Josh was here for Facebook, so appreciate you. So, yeah, so like I was saying before, I'm gonna do some Celtics Summer League. I had to choose one tonight. Decided to go with the USA Soccer because I do want to see them versus Canada. But I believe Wednesday and Friday the Celtics will play. I'm gonna try to do both of those games. I got to check out, my boy Jordan Walsh. I saw him in his first game the other day, so I got to see more of him. Yeah, so like I said, everything's free game in the comment section. Let's just talk and have some fun. All right, so they're playing in Cincinnati. Okay. That should be a good crowd. US, I feel like the US usually does well. Cincinnati. There's a few cities the US, likes to target for these games. St. Louis is Cincinnati, um, LA, but that's more of like USA Mexico because that stadium loves that matchup. So it looks like we got the US in a 4-3-3. Doesn't look like there's many changes, although we have Turner in goal tonight. All right, Eddie, he says, Ken has been impressive of late, and we need that competition. Captain Jumpin. Appreciate that. Yes. I mean, look, Canada, they've come a long way. Hold on a second. They're showing that they're in a 4-2-3-1. All right, so, yeah, we know for a long time it was USA and Mexico, but Canada has slowly made their way into that top three for CONCACAF. They have some good young talented players. I mean, I remember Tajon Buchanan because he played with the Revolution. We got Kyle Laren or Lauren. I mess up his last name. So yeah, Canada definitely has some talent. I mean, they will be at the World Cup because they are part of the host nation group with U.S., Canada, and Mexico. I will see where they are 3 years down the line, but I would love to see World Cup where we get U.S., Mexico, and Canada into the knockout round. Plus, I guess whoever the fourth nation would be. So we're underway. Canada with possession right now. And now we got to throw in to the U.S. So Eddie, I know you talked about Canada. So who do you think is the best CONCACAF squad outside of the top three, like I said, USA, Mexico, and Canada, who would you say is in the best position? Ooh, the offside referee got clipped with the clearance there. He's down on one knee. Showing the replay here. Ooh, that was a direct shot, too. Eddie, my guy. Guys, okay. I mean, Eddie, you probably know this, but my parents are from Trinidad and Tobago, so I would love to see them be the number 4 squad in CONCACAF. I kind of think it's going to be between them and Jamaica. But I was impressed by, well, I mean, Trinidad's showing here in the Gold Cup, I guess, wasn't all that great, but they're kind of going through an infusion of some young players as well. So I think they could be in the conversation in a couple of years. So definitely appreciate that answer, Eddie. That would make me happy. Yes, I would say, I guess, USA, Jamaica, maybe Costa Rica might be in play there, but we'll see. I can't wait. All right, I played on a D3 NCAA team who played against a team from there. Okay, that's what's up. Okay. So I'm assuming that game was here in the States. I don't know if you traveled down there. They were so much better than us. I mean, hey. I mean, they have some good players as well. They're playing the Virgin Islands. Okay. Hey, that's not a bad trip. I've never been to the Virgin Islands. I have a friend who's from there. I mean, I've seen pictures and stuff. That's cool. Okay. Uh, what position are you, Eddie? I could throw out a guess, but I don't know you like that. So the most pristine beaches. Hey, that's definitely what a lot of those Caribbean islands are known for. Left midi. Okay. So let's see this. So you're like Pulisic because he plays left midfield. All right, still have a break here as they're still tending to the offsides referee here. Looks like they're patching him up, so we should get back underway here pretty shortly. Yeah, I mean I stopped playing like in elementary school. I was a goalkeeper. And according to me, I was pretty good. But then, I switched to baseball after that and then got into football and basketball. So I guess if I stuck it out a little bit longer, I could have been playing in the Virgin Islands at some point too. Who knows? How did Chelsea nearly ruin? I mean, that's uh, I don't know because I was so excited when Pulisic went to Chelsea. I thought that was going to be a good spot for him. In the Premier League, Chelsea is like a top half of the table type of team. Some years they can get up into the top 4, so I thought that'd be great exposure for him. But I don't know what it was between, the coaches there. I don't know. He just was not given an opportunity. There'd be a lot of games I'd watch for Chelsea. He might get it in like the 87th minute just to kind of run around a little bit. So I guess we'll never know how good he could have really been at Chelsea. Although he's moving on to, I literally just had the team on the tip of my tongue. Is it Inter Milan he's moving to? I might have to look that up now because it's bothering me. But I mean, I'll definitely check out some of his game. So it is Milan, okay. Oh, AC Milan, not Inter Milan. He's going to AC Milan. And I believe he's being joined by Weah. I think Weah's going to AC Milan too. So I think that's a good move for him. You know, there's a lot of questions about where he would go once it was obvious he was not going to stick around at Chelsea. In a move to Serie A, I'm not mad about that because there were some thoughts about him maybe going back to Bundesliga. But yeah, AC Milan's a good spot for him. At least I hope. I'm hoping if they, went and got him, that they have plans to actually play him week to week so we can, get to see the full potential. Because when you see Pulisic, like with the U.S. squad, he looks like a player that should not have been, riding the bench at Chelsea. So I don't know what it was. Who knows? Maybe it was just that he was there at the wrong time. Wrong coach over things. Didn't see the vision with him. I don't know. I'd love to see him get back into Premier League at some point, though. I will say that. Chelsea had too many. Yeah, yeah. And basically, looking at this kind of transfer window period, they have sold off almost everybody. So it probably kind of let you know what was really going on there at Chelsea. And they're losing some like really good talent. But I mean, it was a disappointing season for Chelsea, so I kind of understand. Start new because Chelsea is one of those big money teams in the Premier League. They had no business being where they were in the table. I mean, they were hovering around like 10th or 11th, I think, in the table. To me, Chelsea needs to be top 6. I think this upcoming Premier League season is going to be interesting as well. Because yes, Man City obviously is the class of Premier League right now, but I want to see what Newcastle does in their second year after they made Champions League last season. Man United, can they stick up there and, you know, repeat their performance from last season? Liverpool, you have to believe, is going to be back in the top 4. What's going on at Tottenham, especially with Harry Kane? What's he going to do? Uh, and Chelsea, now that they've sold off everybody, what do they look like next season? I think Chelsea had a hard time replacing Conte during injury. Yeah. I, I feel like you could probably point to several things that could have been wrong at Chelsea. All right, so we're back underway. The ref did have a little bit of blood on his jersey and all that. You go to the corner into the box, headed away by the Canadian defense. I think the secret story is a return of EPL is a return to EPL of the Argentinian maestro. I am trying to think who you're talking about. Because automatically when I read Argentinian, my mind automatically went to Messi, who's going to be at Inter Miami. I feel like he's supposed to start there pretty soon. Return to the EPL. Oh yeah, the coach. I wasn't even thinking about him. Okay, now I'm trying to remember. He's gonna be at he's gonna be at Chelsea, right? Yeah, he's the one who's taking over. Could be a step in the right direction. All right, so we got the U.S. playing out of the back here. So we're into the 11th minute. Big time. What's going on? What, got a little USA Canada going on here. How you doing? My understanding is that as I read more about the pros in Argentina, is their rigorous fitness and professionalism really brings out the top form. I mean, that makes sense because countries like that where maybe the U.S. probably fell behind a little bit was like if you're an Argentinian athlete and you're like a top athlete like that, you're basically only turning to soccer. So with that, if every young kid in Argentina wants to be the next Messi, like you got to put in that extra work to kind of stand out. Whereas with the U.S., for the most part, top athletes chose basketball, football. I think now you're starting to get more talent within soccer as we kind of see with the U.S. squad and how well they've been for like a year or so. But at least with this new crop, you know, maybe some of that fitness professionalism that we see in some of these international countries really gets ingrained into the U.S. Federation, which will help propel them. But yeah, I do agree with that. Oh, big time covering it all, aren't you? I try. I'm a big sports fan, so I just wanted to start bringing soccer onto the channel for sure. I got Canada here. Hold on. They're in the box. Crosses. Oh, that was a terrible cross by Canada. But Eddie, I think there is kind of a maybe a darker aspect to that because we have seen some of these countries where some of these athletes will be in the World Cup, not perform as well, and then they go back to their home country, and it's not an easy living for them. Constantly getting hassled. Unfortunately, we've seen some players go back to their home country, end up getting, taken care of, I guess we'll say, because of that kind of culture that's in a lot of these countries where, like, they live and die with soccer. So they expect their national team to be the same way and dominate. Appreciate that big time. So we're here in the 15th minute. Still both teams, I guess, feeling each other out. Hasn't been anything too threatening so far. Canada got into the edge of the U.S. box, but the cross left a lot to be desired, and the U.S. cleared it out pretty easily. So now we have the U.S. on the ball here. Switching sides, gets it over to DeJuan Jones. Okay. A little miscommunication there. Yes, less social stability, and people are rough. Hey, like I said, soccer's a way of life in a lot of these cities and countries. Realistically, how good is the USA? That's a good question. So the other day, I checked out the FIFA rankings. I was assuming the US is probably going to be like 15 area. I believe they're currently number 10 in the world. And thinking about that really quickly, I wondered if that was a little too high. But I do think the potential is there, which may be why they might be ranked a little bit higher than I would have thought. Because looking at this group that they have right now, it's one of the deeper talent pools I can remember. Because, previous iterations of the U.S., it was like, all Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey, Tim Howard. That was like it for the most part. There were some other players sprinkled in there, DeMarcus Beasley, guys like that. But it seemed like all the attention, Donovan, Dempsey, Tim Howard. Now you look at it, you got Pulisic. I feel like Way is coming on. Balogun. Well, I've been impressed by just a couple of times I've seen him with the U.S. squad. You have Dest, the Robinsons. So I definitely think they're trending upward. Now, if they're going to be ranked 10th in the world, I guess if it stays that way come 26 for the World Cup, like that means they got to be like guaranteed through the group stage, and they probably got to win like a game in the knockout round, which I don't think is out of the possibility. It depends on who they go up against, of course, but I mean they're pretty good to me. Is there a special player out there that didn't get the invitation to be on the team? Not really, because I guess because there's more sort of domestic tournaments for the U.S., they don't really prioritize the Gold Cup anymore. Like Gold Cup used to be kind of a big deal, but now with Nations League, that's where the top U.S. players go. So the group that's here with the U.S. right now are a lot of guys who maybe didn't work out the first time with the top squad and are trying to make a name for themselves again. Or you're getting some young guys who are getting an opportunity to show themselves in the Gold Cup to see if maybe they can make some headway with the A team, we'll say. So I don't think there's any surprises or any omissions from this team. Yeah, I don't think anybody's missing that probably needed to be here. I mean, so far, like Jesus Ferreira has been, I guess, the best player for the U.S. He was a guy that was seen as the next big deal striker for the U.S. not too long ago. Didn't really work out, and the U.S. had been searching for a guy all this time. Like I said, Balogun's only played, 2 games with the U.S., and he already looks like he has that spot locked down right now. So a guy like Ferreira going into this tournament, he's scoring goals, which is good, which is what he needs to do. But what he's really trying to do is find a spot on the World Cup team, not necessarily be in the starting 11. I think there's a couple other guys who might be in a similar situation, but he's really the guy I've been looking at for this Gold Cup. Coaching instability is likely going to simmer down, but has to change. Yeah, so I believe once Beerhalter is, I guess, officially back, yeah, a lot of that talk about interim coaches and all that definitely goes away. But for Beerhalter, he's going to have to almost prove himself over again for a lot of the U.S. fans out there because of what came out of the World Cup, all the drama behind the scenes. We're going to want to see once he's back, is that all completely gone? Has it been wiped clean? Is it a new slate? Like if he comes back in his first game back coaching this squad officially, like if we don't see Gio Reyna in the starting lineup, people are going to flip. So I think that's going to be the biggest thing for Beerhalter. Prove that the World Cup drama is behind him, and I think we'll definitely move on from it. All right, so Canada had an opportunity in the box, but the shot was blocked by the U.S. there. So Canada regrouping around the halfway line. They get it out to the wide left side. Got Busio here in pursuit. Busio's another example, kind of like Ferreira. He was supposed to be, I guess, further along than he is right now, but this is a second opportunity for him. All right, Canada on the attack here, looking to cross it into the box. Cleared away by the USA, throw in Canada. So we're here in the 21st minute. There's definitely going to be some stoppage time when the offsides referee was down for a little bit there. I feel like he was down for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. All right, so we got Nico and Sydney checking in on Facebook. Appreciate you tuning in, as well as those of you also on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. So like I said, if you're here, drop a comment, say what's up, let me know you're here. Let me know how your evening is going. Let's get acquainted. I think the U.S. has issues right now due to the issues in their English contingent who failed effectively in England. Leeds relegated with a lot of Americans, unfortunately. Yeah, I watched a lot of the Leeds games last season because they had McKinney, Aronson, who was a guy that I really like. I just don't know what happened there with Leeds. So I'm assuming those guys are probably going to try to get, I don't know, loaned out or transferred. Because I don't know if we want to see them in second division in the Premier League. Not saying that's a bad thing or anything like that, but especially a guy like McKinney, I feel like he could be at a, Premier League club. Once again, maybe not a top tier one, but, I think McKinney belongs in top level. All right, Canada throwing another cross into the box. Turner steps up, punches that away. U.S. trying to get on the counter attack here. Canada does a good job getting back, and Canada forces a throw in for the U.S. Have a couple of players down. Let's see what the referee's doing here. Yeah, that was Sands. Ooh. I don't think I like the way that Canadian player's leg bent there, but it looks like he's fine. All right, so the U.S. on the ball. Let's see what we got here. Aronson is a very talented and active midfielder. McKinney also belongs in Europe. Yeah, McKinney is one of my favorite players on the U.S. squad. I love energy. He has an edge about him, which unfortunately I felt like I didn't see a lot at Leeds, but as soon as he got back with the U.S., he was right back at it, mixing it up with those Mexican players, which led to him getting a red card, of course. But that's what he brings to the U.S. I do agree. Aronson, he's definitely grown on me. Got to know a lot about him when he first showed up at the U.S., but yeah, I love his activity as well. I think he's a really good midfielder as a sub. Because he's a guy, like, if your back line is a little bit tired and he comes into the game, he can cause some problems. All right, so we got a turnover here. Canada slips it into the box. Player goes down, and the referee says, no, you got to get up. He tried to steal a penalty kick there. I saw that. Look at the replay. Yeah, he clipped his own legs. You're not getting that one. Yeah, he tried to get a cheap one on Neil. The referee told him to get up. Hold on, he might be going to check it, though. Nope. Said let's play on. That's a couple times Canada sent, passes into the box, but hasn't gotten anything off of it. There we go. U.S. Zendejas, low cross, knocked out a play by Canada. U.S. with the corner here. I love hearing about Weston's success in Italy, even the funny story that he loved binging on McDonald's in Italy to the dismay of his coach. Yeah, McKinney was at Juventus, yes. Yeah, Juventus, he was a good player at Juventus. Just that Leeds, there was just a disconnect there. All right, so we got the cross coming here. It's going to be in swinging. Let's see if they can make a connection here. We're here in the 27th minute. Hold on, referees stop and play really quickly. Wants to talk to a couple of players. Looks like Zendejas. Yeah. It's nothing much there. I think Zendejas needs a goal tonight. He tried so hard against St. Kitts to get one and just couldn't find it. That was a terrible cross. Oh, it was actually a little better than I thought. Ooh, Ferrer's shot was blocked. He had a good look. All right, Canada out of the pack and got a throw in. I guess I'll give the cross a little bit more credit. That looked like a legit play from the training grounds. Went near post, it was flicked into the middle, ended up on Ferrera's foot, tried to create an opening, but it was blocked. Then this game started to kind of open up a little bit. All right, so Canada in possession, going down the right side. Good sliding tackle there by Mihalovic. Up to Ferrera, who's holding it up. Good play by Ferrera. All right, U.S. into the Canadian half. Got Busio on the ball. He's looking up. Gets to Reynolds. Back to Ferrera. Oh, bad pass by Ferrera. Like, I know in the Jamaica game, I think I gave Ferrera probably too much criticism for that one. Because a lot of times he does work his way back to the midfield to help them out, which I guess as a lone striker, you kind of want him to do that from time to time. It's just that with Ferrera there, you just want to see him scoring goals. All right, U.S. turning Canada over. We've got DeJuan Jones on the left side here. U.S. hovering around halfway line. All right, U.S. playing with it on their back line. Over to Reynolds. And out of play off of Canada, so throwing for the U.S. Reynolds, who had that world-class goal that was against St. Kitts. Great goal off the volley. All right, so we're into the 30th minute. U.S. in possession. Trying to play through the middle here. Okay. Busio making a little bit of a run. Gets over to Reynolds. Reynolds. All right, back to Busio. There's a run there. Got it to Sands, and we got a free kick for the U.S. It'll be just a little outside the right edge of the box to the Canadian goalie's left. So probably can't go on the target from here, but this could be a good opportunity to swing one into the box, try to get Reynolds onto the end of it. Maybe Ferrera. But as we're setting up here, take a moment to say thanks for tuning in. If you haven't, please hit subscribe or follow, depending where you're checking me out. And like the stream as well. Really appreciate it. All right, here's the swinging. That was a good cross. Just couldn't get anybody onto the end of it. All right, U.S. back on the ball. So it kind of looks like how the U.S. played against like Trinidad and St. Kitts. Like even though they couldn't get like a shot on goal, but once the opponent cleared it out, they get right back on the ball and right back into an attacking position. All right, Busio try to get it to Zendejas, who try to do a quick turn there, but loses control there. Like I said, I'm rooting for Zendejas to get a goal tonight. I think that will definitely help. I don't know. I was going to say confidence, but I don't think it's lacking confidence. It's just that he can't get shots on target right now. All right, so we got a free kick for Canada in their own end. Has a reserve stirring for both Canada and the U.S. I mean, don't expect anything to happen here in the first half, but maybe to start the second half, might get a couple of subs in. All right, U.S. with the throw in. I just realized I didn't have the scoreboard up for you guys. I mean, I guess the fact that nobody said anything isn't that bad. Let me get that for you real quick. All right, Canada plays it back to the keeper, who sends it out. U.S. back on the ball. Like I said, this is what they've done. All right, Mihalovic slips the ball to DeJuan Jones into the box, and looks like we got another corner. All right, DeJuan Jones is down a little bit. Kind of got clipped in his ankle. But they're going to set up for a corner here. We've seen throughout this tournament, you give the U.S. enough corners, they'll put one in the back of the net. All right, so Eddie says Beerhalter to me has to prove he can adjust to playing the top European teams who he still has yet to earn respect with. Netherlands demolished us. English don't think highly of our talent. I mean, look, I see what you're saying because I remember that lead up to the U.S. versus England. A lot of England fans were like, we'll handle the U.S. 2-0, whatever. Thought the U.S. had a great showing there. Yes, Netherlands, that game was rough because it seemed like every mistake the U.S. made defensively, Netherlands was there to capitalize on it. But, Netherlands, that's a step up. When you're looking at European teams, Netherlands are up there, England's up there, Spain, squads like that. Yeah, I would like to see what Beerhalter can do against them. I also think what's that tournament called? The one with Comey Bowl. I want to see what Beerhalter does in that one as well, especially if they go up against like Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela. What can he do against squads like that? So yeah, Beerhalter definitely has something to prove. But that's just U.S. as a whole, because yeah, it's one thing for the U.S. to kind of make their way to the top of CONCACAF, but CONCACAF isn't. I don't think it's respected around the world. Like, let's be real. In order to bring the federation up to respectability, They got to do what you're saying, Eddie. Beat teams in Europe. Beat South American teams. Well, I guess that's kind of all they have to do because, Africa, yes, the Africa has some tough squads as well because we saw what Morocco during the World Cup. Really good team. I think they were underestimated by a lot of people. You know about your Senegals, Cameroons, Egypt with Mo Salah. So yeah, Beerhalter's going to have to, definitely establish himself as a coach who can get this U.S. squad to not necessarily win, every game against Europe or whatever. Be competitive against most of them. Then yes, that'll definitely help his profile. What have we heard about Jose Mourinho? It's all about coaching profile. To me, Beerhalter's old school and wasn't the best players. Yeah, because I'm trying to remember Beerhalter as a U.S. player. He was kind of a middle of the road type of guy. So you're wondering about what Mourinho in terms of the U.S. coaching job? That's probably the dream to get a quality coach like that. I don't think he was in play for this round. I think this round it was Beerhalter. I think Jesse Marsh was definitely in play, and Vieira. I think that's probably as far as the coaching search probably seriously got. I think Mourinho. I mean, I think Mourinho. You kind of either love him or hate him at this point because he wasn't he the one at Inter Milan? No, I remember seeing him in Champions League, and it kind of seemed like his style of play. I don't know if that. I don't know if that would have worked. All right, hold on, catch up here. I see you, Jaden. I'm gonna get to you in here in a second. Our players are way more talented today and need to be pushed only by the best. Beerhalter wouldn't make it on to this squad. I mean, he's signed basically through this World Cup cycle. Which one he probably wouldn't have gotten signed longer than that anyway, because you probably have to wonder if Beerhalter would want to go through another World Cup cycle past 26 anyway. But I do think it also puts some pressure on him and this U.S. squad to definitely make some noise in 26. Like if the U.S. can't make it out of like group stage in 26, yeah, Beerhalter, there's no chance he would come back. But if they have another showing where they make it out of the group stage, maybe not get demolished by a Netherlands type team, but if they hold their own in the knockout round, that might up Beerhalter's profile a little bit, but I don't know if he makes it past 26. So I guess we'll be here in a couple of years looking for another guy. Hey, I'm back. What's going on, Jaden? Appreciate you stopping by. I know you're one of the regulars as well. I promise you, I'm trying to get gaming videos on the channel as well. I've been thinking about doing maybe like a FIFA career mode. I know you've asked about I have gaming videos, so I'm gonna try to work those in eventually. But yes, appreciate you stopping by. Vieira, hands down the guy. When I heard Vieira was interested in the job, that was the guy I was pushing for, because he kind of fits what you're looking for, Eddie. He coached at Crystal Palace. Yes, they weren't world beaters in the Premier League, but that's still exposure to the European game. He had experience in MLS before that. So I think Vieira would have been a really good choice. It seemed like Jesse Marsh was probably the number one guy up until he wasn't. But I could see maybe in 26 those two names jumping to the head of the line for the U.S. job. And I would love to see Vieira running the U.S. All right, Eddie talking to Jaden there. All right, I think Jaden came through. It might have been. I think it was one of the soccer streams. I don't think he came through in any of the finals videos. I want to say it might have been USA Mexico when Jaden found my channel. I mean, Jaden, you can verify that. But yeah, appreciate you that are in here. Make sure you like, subscribe, or follow, depending on which platform you're on. And yeah, really appreciate it. So I was right. USA versus Mexico. I think that stream's where quite a few kind of came through. Ooh, that was a dangerous tackle there by the Canadian player. Referee going to his pocket. Sands took the worst of that. And we got our first yellow of the night. Yeah, that was a late challenge going through his ankle there. Yeah. Yeah, that was like spikes right on the ankle. Oof. It is 0-0 in the 43rd minute. So that was Cavallini with the yellow card from Canada. And because of yellow card accumulation, he would miss the semifinal match if Canada were to go through. So the winner of this match will play Panama. I'm not sure the day, but Panama's who's waiting. Yeah. I got you, Jaden. Anytime, I got you with the updates. Yeah, hopefully having a great evening, Jaden. All right, U.S. on the ball. Got Jones and Sands playing a little 1-2 there. Back to Neal, and now back to Turner. Turner sends it long to Ferreira. Can't make the connection there. Cannon on the ball. Loses it. Sands with a great track back there to get the ball back for the U.S. Ooh, Reynolds with a bad turnover. Canada in the attack. Reynolds gets back into the play. All right. Great recovery there by Reynolds. All right. U.S. into the Canadian half. So we're coming up onto the 45th minute. They haven't posted how much additional time we'll have here in the first half. My guess is probably like 4 minutes. But we'll see. Yeah, so far it's been a first half where I feel like the first 20 minutes, we'll say the first quarter of the game, so the first like 22 and a half minutes, we'll say. I feel like Canada was probably the better team with the better opportunities. The second part of this first half, I think the U.S. has been the much, I guess, more dangerous in their attack. All right, Canada with it in their own half. Plays it back to their goalkeeper. Try to spray it to his right. Out of play, just over the head of, who was that? Ahmed? Okay, I was way off. We got 10 minutes of additional time here in the first half. I did not think we were getting that much. But then again, I should have remembered. That's kind of been the norm all of a sudden. We're seeing more and more additional time of like 7, 8, 10 minutes. All right, Canada on the attack here into the box. Canada, these attackers are going down a little bit too easily for me. So once again, Canadian player got a little bump, went down, tried to get a cheap penalty, and the referee didn't fall for it. So once again, it's 0-0. We're in the 46th minute. There's going to be 10 minutes of additional time here in the first half. Let's see if we get something to happen here. All right, so I said winner faces Panama would be Wednesday at 7. Wow, that's interesting. I think I said I was probably going to do Celtics basketball Wednesday for Summer League, but if the U.S. is playing Wednesday, I will be here for U.S. Panama. I guess the Celtics will have to wait till Friday. All right, they tried to slip a through ball to Sands there, but he was in an offside position. So we got a free kick to Canada. We're in the 47th minute. Still about 8 more minutes to go here and additional time here in the first half. These Canadian players got to stop doing that. Busio back the other way. Tucking his jersey, but he's still going on his run. Out wide. Who was that? Julian Gressel? But his cross is way too far. So we got to throw into Canada. Okay. Into the 48th minute now. Okay. All right. Canada on the ball. Sends it out to the halfway line. Was that Robinson with the header? Oh, nice ball. Oh, Canada's got numbers here. Ooh. Dangerous cross. Reynolds got a foot onto it, but if he wasn't careful there, that could have been an own goal. Yeah, Canada had a 3-on-1. I see what he was trying to do on the cross. He was trying to hit the guy on the far side. Reynolds in a great position, but he put that literally just over the crossbar. Dangerously close to an own goal there. But he cleared it, so he did his job tracking back after the bad turnover. So Canada with a corner here, in swinging. That wasn't a bad cross, but Canada with it in the U.S. box. Bad pass there. Zendejas clears it out to the halfway line. All right, so we're coming up on to the 50th minute, so halfway through the 10 minutes of additional time here. Hold on, referee blowing his whistle for something here. What we got going on? Not really sure what's going on here right now. The referee's like, oh, he's going to VAR. Okay. Yeah, so this, hold on, what are they looking at? Ooh, wait a minute. We might have a handball here. Yeah, is that Zendejas? Oh, I think that's going to be a handball. No, that's not Zendejas. Sorry. Who is that? I can't tell who that is who stuck their arm out. Yeah, that's gotta be a penalty kick. I don't know what he was doing there. All right, that angle's not really showing it well. But yeah, so Robinson, I think Miles and Anthony Robinson are huge for the US. Anthony plays left back, where we have DeJuan Jones playing right now, but I think Anthony Robinson has that locked down. I think Miles Robinson kind of has taken one of the center back spots, to be honest with you, based off of Nations League and what I've seen in the Gold Cup. I think he's been steady back there. All right, here he's with the VAR decision. I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought it was going to be a penalty kick because it looked like. Oh, okay, okay. So what? Okay, so it went to VAR because it looked like there was a handball in the box, which there was, but the referee determined that the Canadian player fouled Busio when he literally pushed him down. That way, Busio couldn't get a head onto the ball. So that preceded the handball, which is why he didn't give the penalty kick. And I think that was actually Robinson who would have been guilty of the handball. Jones of the Revolution. Yes, DeJuan Jones from the Revolution. Yes. That's my team from the MLS, so I've seen a lot of DeJuan Jones. He's a good left back. So the U.S. kind of got away with one there, but Canada did foul before that. I was worried that it could have been an actual handball. So yes, DeJuan Jones from the Revolution. I mean, who knows? I might bring some Revolution games onto the channel too. I mean, you guys might have me turn into a soccer streamer. Which I mean, I am a big fan of soccer, but I'm just saying. Like NFL season, there will definitely be Patriots games on here. Maybe some other games. I don't know. All right, so we're into the 54th minute. Although that VAR check did take a couple of minutes, so I don't know if that might get added on as well. So we might be here for a couple more minutes. But yeah, going back to your comment, Eddie, yeah, Robinson has been huge as a center back. Because we did talk about the Netherlands game, but that was a big issue with Netherlands center back play, especially Zimmerman. That Netherlands game might have been the worst I had seen from Zimmerman. And every mistake he made, the Netherlands just beat up the U.S. for it. So I think Robinson's been great as a center back. I'm blanking on the other guy who he paired up with, I think in Nations League, who was really good. So I think that pairing could be a starting center back pair for the U.S. going forward. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. Maybe during halftime I'll look him up and get his name right. All right, Zendejas turns with the ball, looking for something to do. Looks like it might just play out here the last moments of the first half with a no score. Busio earns a free kick. Yeah, sorry, I was grabbing him, so this might be the last bit of action of the first half. We'll see. Crosses it in. Ferrer on the ball. Ooh. He had a half opportunity there, but he kind of missed the kick there. He tried to catch it on the volley. It would have been a tough play, but he didn't get all of it. Okay, U.S. back on the ball. We're going to let him go a little bit. Out wide to Reynolds. Looking for somebody. Switch it. Yeah, good play there. Switched it to Juwan Jones. Gets it to Zendejas. Put it in the box. Nope. I mean, Zendejas is doing well on the ball here. Ooh. We getting a corner or free kick here? Might be just a corner. That was good action by Zendejas. Oh, we got a couple players getting into it. Okay. Is he into the half? Could at least give him the corner. All right, so that's the first half. We got a 0-0 draw. Like I said, Canada probably had the first part. Now I know Tim Ream, but there was a guy who's because Tim Ream I think is hurt, and there was a guy who stepped up and started with Miles Robinson. But yeah, Ream probably would be the starter. Probably with Robinson. Although this guy, I think, showed out well. Oh man, what is his name? It's killing me. Oh, he might be a reserve. Let me see. Here. Yeah, definitely no Tim Ream. Let's see. I see his name. I'll definitely know who it is. No, he's not on the squad. Okay. Who was the guy from England? Son of an England mom or dad, an English mom or dad. Trying to think, was he English? Hold on, I might have found it. Hold on. Hold on. I'm efforting. Chris Richards. That's his name. I think. Yes. Yeah, I thought Chris Richards was a good pairing with Miles Robinson. That's who it is. Yeah, Chris Richards. That's the guy I was thinking of. I mean, he could be the dude from England. I can't remember. Half English guy, and he screwed up on D dramatically. I mean, I know that wasn't Chris Richards because he had a good Nations League. The only person I'm thinking of is Zimmerman during that Netherlands game. He was awful because he had issues playing like out of the back. He would take the pass from the keeper, and his decision making was all over the place. But just to catch everybody up, we are at halftime. It's 0-0. The U.S. Versus Canada game at a draw. So we'll see who makes any substitutions to start out the second half. But just to go over some stats from the first half, U.S. had a 2-1 lead in possession, which I mean, that's kind of been what the U.S. has become. Nations League Gold Cup, big possession team. Shots are 3-1. Shots on goal. The U.S. is the only squad with a shot on goal. Fouls are 6-5 for Canada. One yellow card, which I said was Cavallini from Canada. The corner kick margin was 3 for the U.S., 2 for Canada. And like I said, U.S. has the only shot on goal, scoreless game. So the Canadian keeper is the only person with a save. Let's see if there's any more stats that are needed. No. So yeah, so looking down, pretty even game, like I said. First part, I feel like it was all Canada. Second part of the first half, U.S. was the better team. So let's see. Looking at U.S. players available for sub. Wouldn't mind seeing Cade Cowell come into this game. I feel like Vasquez is probably going to eventually, show it for the U.S. Roldan. Yeah, those are probably the three names that jump out to me. Maybe Yedlin. Those are 4 subs I could see the U.S. making over the course of the second half. Especially if it's a scoreless draw, I definitely see Vasquez coming into this game maybe around 70, 75 minutes. All right, so they're talking to the guys in the studio. Lexi Laws looks like he's upset about something. Or worked up. I won't say he's upset. He's worked up about something. I mean, that's kind of how he is. I feel like he used to kind of get on my nerves, but I can appreciate Alexi Lawless, right? Alexi Lawless now. Because he is one of those guys who will be critical of the U.S. when it's necessary. Sometimes I think he's a little overboard with it, but I have no problem with that. Oh, they're going to show highlights from Jamaica's game. Which? Oh, that's right. Jamaica did play earlier today. Okay, so we'll see those highlights. They went to break. They said, Jamaica's moving on to the semifinals. So that's okay. So semifinals, we got Mexico, Jamaica, Panama, and then the winner of this game. Could we be headed to a USA-Mexico final in the Gold Cup? Maybe. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. That's something we can touch on after the final whistle of this game. because the U.S. definitely has to take care of business here in the second half. Get a goal, open up things a little bit more, then get that second goal. We can cruise on into the semis. So once again, appreciate everybody who's tuning in. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share, follow. You already know what to do. I believe I put links in each of the chat. Like I said, not obligated, but if you want to donate to the channel, you can look at the top of the chat. You'll see it pinned there. Hit that link, and we'll be golden. Facebook, yes. So hopefully everybody's doing well. If you have any thoughts or comments on the first half, definitely drop that in the chat. If you want to do like Eddie, we can talk about other things surrounding this U.S. team as well. Like I said, definitely fine with that. Or if you just have questions for me in general, we can definitely do that as well. I think we'll have a few more minutes of halftime. I will stick around a couple of minutes after the game for some post-game talk. And then, we will keep it moving. All right, so they're showing Jamaican highlights here. They went up against Guatemala. Oh, that was a great save. What's going on? I believe new to the channel, so appreciate you stopping by. The score is 0-0 at the half. Pretty even first half between the two squads. Only one shot on goal, which belongs to the U.S. But I think Canada, better team of the first half, first portion of the first half. The second was the U.S. The U.S. was definitely on the attack a little bit more. Had some opportunities, especially Jesus Ferreira had a couple of opportunities to get a shot on goal, but they were blocked by Canadian defenders. I would say probably the stars for the U.S. right now. I think Busio's been pretty good through the midfield. I mean, Ferreira hasn't been bad. It's just like I said, those two opportunities he had, I really would have liked to see him get one of them into the back of the net, but they were blocked, like I said. So I can't necessarily fault him for that. Turner, once again, hasn't really been bothered by much. Canada had that one cross into the box that Turner had to step up and punch away, but outside of that, he's had a pretty chilled first half. But appreciate that. I guess I'll turn. Was that Zen Control, maybe? Zen. I don't know. I'm sure I butchered your username there. Appreciate you tuning in because, like I said, pretty sure you are new to the channel. So, but if you're still here, what's your prediction, I guess, for the second half, now that we know it's 0-0 at the first half? Do you see the U.S. or Canada winning this game? Oh, Jaden's back. What's up? Hey, I'm on my phone. Hey, I appreciate that. Hey, I'll take it. Phone, laptop, desktop, tablet. It's all good. So Jane says USA is winning this game. I agree. I said before the start, I thought US 2-0 would be the final score. Obviously, I'm sticking with that. But yes, I think the US wins this one. I think I went a step further. I said I would like to see Zendejas get a goal. We'll see. So Jaden says, okay, I like the prediction. Mexico's winning the Gold Cup. Okay, I'll remember. If Mexico ends up winning the Gold Cup, that very stream, I'll say, Jaden, you called it. I mean, Mexico's going to have an interesting matchup with Jamaica in the semifinals. I mean, if Mexico gets past that, like I said, depending on what happens tonight, we might end up getting a USA Mexico final, but one can only dream, I guess. All right, Jaden, I appreciate you stopping by. Going to play Roblox. Hey, knock yourself out. Hang on. Robinson is the one who's half English. Which is it Miles or Anthony? Is Miles half English? I don't know. Actually, I could probably see Anthony being half English. So Anthony was the one you were talking about who struggled on defense. I'd have to remember his performance. I mean, I do remember that there have been some games where Anthony's been a little shaky on the left side. But I think as of right now, he's kind of solid. Yeah, so Anthony, okay. Because there was a couple of streams ago where somebody did ask, like, who do I think are like locks on this US team? I think that person might have said Pulisic is the only lock. I don't think it's that only him. Like to me, Pulisic, yes. I think Way has kind of gone into the lock category. Uh Musa probably not yet, but he's maybe trending that way. I think McKennie's a lock. Like you just have to have McKennie. Now the goalkeeping situation, I think, is still going to be something to watch these next couple of years. Because I do think Matt Turner is probably the best that we have, only because Zach Steffen just absolutely fell off. But I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I don't know, because it kind of seems like Zach Steffen might be one of those guys who may not necessarily get along with Beerhalter the best. So, I don't know. Him and what? John Brooks. The amount of times I will check out other YouTubers who talk about U.S. soccer and they bring up John Brooks, I just don't know where he is right now. All right, so interesting ball over the top there. Zendejas got to the end of it, tried to head it back to Ferrer, gets over to Mihalovic. Got a shot off, but it was blocked. Reynolds on it into the box. Jones tried to cross the back end. Nah. But the U.S. gets the turnover. No, they're calling a free kick. Okay, we're into the 48th minute. Yeah, that was a foul on Mihalovic. I mean, the deeper we get into this game, I think the tighter these two teams are going to be. Zach is in Europe. Zach Steffen is funny you brought that up because I looked it up the other day. I was also wondering where he was right now. So let me see. I remember when he first went over there, he was with like he was with some squad. Then he got like loaned to Man City or something like that, and then struggled with Man City terribly. I want to say he's at like Middlesbrough or something. I mean, I looked them. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like Steffen's kind of bounced around a little bit because he was at one point at Middlesbrough, so I did have that right. I think I'm seeing some rumor that he might be on his way to Leicester City. So it kind of seems like he's still under Man City control. All right, but it looks like Man City's ready to let him go. Yeah, so he was still under Man City control, but it looks like Man City's willing to let him go, and it looks like he might end up at Leicester City. Okay. Although I'm trying to think, did Leicester City get relegated? What about the lad who's with the newly promoted one? Oh, I mean, Eddie, you were tapping into deep recesses of my memory. The lad who's with the newly promoted one. What position? U.S. had a cross into the box off the Canadian defender, and the Canadian goalkeeper has it. They tried to find Ferreira there, but too many bodies in between. All right, right back to Matt Turner. So it gives it to Dewan Jones on the left side. Back to Neal. Back to Dewan Jones. Try to go over the top to Mihalovic, and feet got tangled up. Referee says play on. Yeah, I was just looking up. It was a game between two teams at goalie. Oh, is it is that Horvath? Yeah, that's Horvath. He is he's at Luton Town. It's Evan Horvath. Yeah, yeah. The minute you said between the goalies, I immediately remembered Horvath. Yeah, so he, yes, was at the Luton Town squad that earned promotion. So it'll be interesting to see him in the Premier League next season. I mean, we know how it goes in the Premier League. A lot of times, teams that get promoted get relegated right after. Jones on the left side. We got a foul. So we got a free kick towards the end line. So it's going to be an interesting angle here. Not too far outside the box, a couple of feet outside the box. So this could be tricky. Yeah, Evan Horvath. Yes, I'm trying to think where does he fit on the depth chart. Uh, like I said, Turner, I think is a clear cut number one. Problem is Turner doesn't play at Arsenal. Like that has to be a problem. because you're going to worry about him getting regular work. So Horvat's at Luton Town, but it seems like he's going to be playing a lot for Luton. And if Stefan gets to Leicester City, I was trying to remember if I think Leicester City got relegated. Yes. So I mean, for Stefan, it would be regular play, which I think that's Beerhalter's biggest thing with a lot of his players. He wants them playing regularly. But it does kind of make you wonder if your goalkeeping group is going to be a guy at Luton Town, first season of Premier League, who might be getting the most play next year. Your number one's at Arsenal, but as a backup, and you rarely see him. Stefan, who's supposed to be the best goalkeeper, is bouncing around Europe right now. And then maybe the most steady is Sean Johnson, who's in MLS. Reasons to be worried, I guess a little bit, but Luton Town, what a great story. Amateur team at one point, then made it pro and climbed from the 5th division. Yeah, I definitely love stories like that. You know, kind of what I was alluding to with Jaden when he was in here. I was going to do some like FIFA streams on the channel, and I'm literally doing that same thing. I created a team in the lowest England division and trying to work my way up to the Premier League. So yeah, I definitely love to see teams make that long grind back up to the top. So like I said, I'm gonna watch Luton Town because, like I said, it's gonna be a fun story. You know, those fans are gonna be out of their mind to start the Premier League season. Stefan played every game for Middlesbrough last season. Was very good. Yeah, I think I caught a couple of Middlesbrough games, but like I said, I just looked. I was looking them up, but they're saying that he might be on his way to Leicester City next season. Maybe. I know he went to Middlesbrough on a loan from Man City. And like I said, when I looked it up, it said Man City's kind of ready to let him go, which, okay. But yeah, he's a guy, I mean, he might not be on the front of people's minds right now, but he could definitely make himself, a player in the goalie room again. Like I said, like when he first got started, like he was seen as the next guy, and then it fell apart a little bit there. But our goalies are good. I mean, I agree that they are good. I was just saying, like, I think some fans are just worried about the fact that, because it was cool when, Matt Turner was at New England, he was the guy. That's got to be a foul there. Once again, a yellow card. You could argue otherwise. Because Busio played a great quick pass to it might have been Mihailovic. All right, they're showing it again. Busio to who was that? That wasn't Sands, but yeah, it was gonna be a quick 1-2, and Busio would have been in by himself, and he got tripped up. So the U.S. have a free kick straight on. I'd say maybe 10 feet outside the box. This is definitely well within range to get a shot on goal here. So yeah, as I was saying, yes, I think the goalies are good. I was just saying, like, I know some people are worried about, Turner not playing a lot at Arsenal. Some U.S. fans may have forgotten about Stefan at this point. Horvath, But one thing I feel like when it comes to the U.S., goalkeeper is something you usually don't worry about. They seem to find a way to just have really good goalies. Mr. M, once again, appreciate you stopping by. I believe you are new to the channel as well, so feel free to hit the subscribe button. Would appreciate it. I watched Stefan play over 20 times live last season, albeit prone to it. So Busio took it, deflected out of play. Looks like we got a corner here. That was a good strike. Unfortunately, hit the wall. But if he had gotten a little bit over, he might have got into the upper 90 there. Albeit prone to a mistake, the way he's asked to play out from the back, that will happen. Yeah, because we've seen Turner do that as well from time to time. The corner comes in. Canada clears it out. Try and get on the counter. That was an ambitious ball there. Turner, speaking of him, clears it out. Well done. But yeah, a lot of these clubs who like to play out of the back with the goalkeeper, from time to time there'll be a mental lapse or poor clearance. Yeah, you just gotta kind of take that with the territory. He's terrible on corners. That's something you can work on for sure. Big Club Borough. Young Kobe was going on. Young Kobe, I remember you from the finals videos. Appreciate you tuning in. And Eddie's saying, Mr. M, did you watch Luton Town? Like I said, I think for me, I caught a couple of Luton Town games when they were in the playoff, I believe. I'll see, Eddie, look what you did. I watched Luton, but they were our rivals. I'm a Middlesbrough fan. I wish Luton they set up a stadium well in Premier League. Not bitter. All right, Zendejas on the ball. He tried to get a shot off, blocked again. Canada's been blocking a lot of shots. They're on the counter, but good deflection there in the midfield. U.S. on the ball. Turner playing it. Woo! Oh, that's a terrible ball. Neal with a bad giveaway there. Canda in the box. Weak cross. Little bit of indecision there by the U.S. Almost cost them, but it's all good. All right, so Mr. M, you're a Middlesbrough fan. Okay. Respect that. Respect. So you think Middlesbrough has a shot getting promoted this year? And to be honest with you, I would love to see like MLS or something have a promotion relegation system. I mean, it's tricky to kind of install that, but somebody like Mr. M who, Middlesbrough fan, he's not like Man City, Man United. So when Middlesbrough makes it up, like, it's a big thing. Okay, young Kobe's an Arsenal fan. Okay, see, I'm learning a lot about you guys. All right, so Arsenal, we'll get on in a little bit here. So Eddie said, I heard that about the stadium. Mr. M, it will be tough this season with the 3 relegated clubs from the Premier League, and Leicester, Leeds, and Southampton are very strong. Yeah, that's also one of the tough things is usually, like you said, the relegated squads end up going back up. But hey, maybe Middlesbrough can have another magical season and be Luton Town next season. So those finals were crushing, but I'm a fan of Arsenal, hoping we can continue our momentum. Okay, so Arsenal, because that's another squad that's got Champions League aspirations. Well, next season because they'll be in it next year, but obviously they want to finish in the top four again for the next Premier League season. I might have to wait for another stream to do predictions for top four. All right, so I did say at halftime I could see Cowell coming into this game at some point. He's now in. Zendejas is out. So my prediction of Zendejas getting a goal tonight, not happening. I mean, I'll take half credit if Cowell scores a goal tonight. All right, young Kobe. So what are your thoughts on Arsenal going into next season? But they have a shot in one of the best young upcoming managers in the league. Okay. So all your squads. I'm gonna be checking out some of them and then remembering you guys. So Eddie says, "Oh yeah, what about Blackburn, Sunderland, Norwich? These are all good." Yeah, Arsenal had a good season. Unfortunately, I guess not to bring up any bad memories, young Kobe. It might not have ended the way Arsenal fans wanted. Most of the season looked like Arsenal was going to be the surprise winner. Man City slowly chased them down and then, ultimately overtook them. But um, yeah, I like watching Arsenal play. All right, Canada floats one into the box. Neil with a good header there. Dewan Jones missed his clearance, and we got a foul on Cowell. That was kind of a pointless foul there. He just ran into the back of the Canadian player. Okay, so I think we're improving, but I don't like Declan Rice for 100. I was going to bring that up because I think that deal, not like heavily scrutinized, but I have heard some people wonder, was he worth that or not? Now, look, I've seen some like England games. I know Declan Rice is a player that a lot of you know uh, English fans like. That's a hefty price tag. I'm trying to think. Arsenal is that Arsenal's big move? Because I was trying to think if Arsenal did anything else in the transfer window. Let's see, Arsenal. Okay, so I looked up Arsenal transfer news. First story comes up Mbappe. I guess I was going to get into that as well with my Premier League fans in here because word is Mbappe's on his way out of PSG, and which I do think Mbappe probably needs to move from PSG at this point. Would be wild to see Mbappe in the Premier League, but if he's going to the Premier League, it's going to be like a few teams he's going to. City, United, Newcastle, I think probably could be in play for him. Um, yeah, that'd be interesting to see Mbappe in the Premier League. And young Kobe, I'm sure if he ended up at Arsenal, you probably throw a party. All right, here we go. Boosie on the box. Oh, nice toe poke, but great save. That was a nice little play by Busio. Mr. Hold on a second. Let me catch up on some comments here. I saw your last one. That's good. 3-3 Southampton disgraceful. Yeah, that was kind of the moment where it was like, yeah, that's it for Arsenal. So hold on. All right, the championship is a strong league. I agree. Most sides would win the MLS, even though they are second division in England. No shade on the MLS. None at all. As a fan of the MLS, I've seen some championship games as well. I can agree. I was saying, that was probably the biggest draw to me when I first started watching Premier League, the relegation promotion situation. I think that's a great structure because, like I said, it opens up Cinderella stories or whatever, like Bournemouth a couple of years ago or Luton Town now, where you see them in the Premier League. Yeah, they're heavy underdogs, but they're like teams you could root for because who doesn't like rooting for an underdog? But yeah, especially when you're getting those relegated teams from the Premier League, yeah, those teams would do really well in MLS. So I definitely agree with that. I don't think that's shade because the MLS, like if you think about it, MLS is still relatively young in terms of establishment as a league. MLS is slowly kind of gaining some traction because they are. I feel like the talent level in MLS has gotten better, obviously from its inception. As we get, yes, they're aging like international stars, but as you get them into, here comes Cal. Hold on, took the shot outside the box, deflected out of play. Looks like we got another corner for the U.S. But yeah, like the time like Zlatan was in MLS, fun to watch. Actually, was that deflected out or did Cal just mishit it? Yeah, I think Cal just mishit that one. I thought it was deflected on watching it live, but now you got Messi coming in. I think Busquets is coming with him. I saw rumors about Jordi Alba possibly going to MLS. I don't think that's been like solidified yet. But I mean, I think there's an opportunity for MLS to obviously get better as the quality on the pitch gets better. But yeah, I agree. Second division teams would most likely win MLS right now. All right, so let's keep going with these comments here. As the U.S. is playing out of the back here, we got DeJuan Jones on the left. That's like the second or third kind of lazy pass from DeJuan Jones. Luckily, that didn't turn into a turnover, but would like to see the U.S. kind of settle down here and get back into some possession. If Declan Rice wasn't English, his price would be 40 to 60 million max. I agree. I've heard that from other fans as well. There's a huge premium on English players for some reason. I mean, it's the English Premier League. Obviously, yes, the English players have a bigger draw. Some. Because we've also seen some English players get widely criticized by English fans. Guys like Rashford, I think Saka from Arsenal. I feel like when he plays with England, he gets a lot of criticism. So yeah, but yeah, I agree. Rice, yes, because he's English, high premium on him. Kai Havertz and Timber. Okay, I remember those. Okay, yeah. I think Havertz is interesting. I've heard once again a lot of people talk about that. Timber, I'm a fan of Timber. I like that pickup for Arsenal. Like I said, when I watch Premier League, because once again, I think this came up on another stream. I don't know if I really settled in on a team that I root for right away. Once again, I mean, look, I'm American, so from the outside looking in, I don't know if I've zeroed in on a team yet. But the teams I do watch a lot of are City, United, which I mean, I feel like you have to watch United. because United, I feel like, is the American equivalent of the Dallas Cowboys. So I watch United. I watch Tottenham. I'm a big Son fan. Like I said, I got into Arsenal, Chelsea, especially when Pulisic got there. I watched Fulham when Dempsey was there, and Dempsey was kind of nice at Fulham. I feel like all the teams I probably watch have U.S. ties in terms of players on them. So maybe that's going to be my thing. This season, maybe zero in on just one squad that I'll say I'm a fan of. So I guess I'm open for suggestions. Which, I mean, like I said, most of you who have thrown in here what team you watch, I kind of watch them as well. Okay, that was Eddie talking to young Kobe. Mr. M. Oh, this is the comment I still have to get back to. Ball over the top to Cowell, just a little bit too far. Canadian keeper comes off his line and takes possession of the ball. More chance of peeing in the King's pocket than Mbappe going to Arsenal. Yeah, I do agree with you. Second part, Real Madrid is probably the only destination for him. I mean, they'll definitely be the number one. You never know. Crazier things have happened. Eddie, that is so next level for EPL if Mbappe came, which he should, but he going to Spain. I believe that's this because something was in the way there. Yeah, because Real Madrid's been after Mbappe for years now. Which, I mean, imagine that. You got Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., another player I really like watching. So, yeah, I watch outside of Premier League as well. Love La Liga. Ooh. Vasquez with a great chance there. So this is why I wanted Cowell in this game at some point. Cowell has great energy off the left side. Especially he and DeJuan Jones, they link up. Cowell gets going. And Vasquez has become kind of automatic goal scorer off the bench. So I think as I was going through the chat, I missed when Vasquez came in. It looks like he came in for... Who did Vasquez come in for? Because Ferrera's still out there. Hold on. We'll recap here in a second. Hold on. All right, U.S. on the ball. So we're in the 76th minute, still scoreless in this game. Which, I mean, we're bound to get a goal here at some point. I think Cowell's going to lead the charge here. I feel like Cowell's kind of doing the Aronson type of role here. Coming off the bench, great energy against tired legs, and try to make something happen. All right, into the box, Vasquez. Oh, just over the bar. Vasquez is getting close. I feel Mbappe shouldn't go to England. He should go to Real Madrid. Yeah. I was just saying because Premier League teams are going to try everything they can to get him. But, yeah, I think it's Real Madrid or bust at this point. Italy has Serie A and second league, so does Spain. Yes, Serie A, I watch that league as well. Like I said, La Liga in Spain I watch. Bundesliga in Germany. I was going to say PSG, but I feel like I only really watch them Champions League. Because, I mean, you could set your calendar to PSG winning the French league at this point. Yeah, come on back, young Kobe. Let's see, 35. Well, I mean, you said that a little while ago. Yeah, I should still be on here. So look forward to seeing you back on. What's up? Hold on a second. I might have to let me know if that Facebook link actually worked. I put it in there so you could have your name shown. Might not work. I don't know what's going on with that link. Hold on a second. Hold on. Cool, what's going on? If you're still here. Like I said, I got caught up in some of the posts before. But yeah, what's up, Cool? Yeah, Cool. Big Time came in here a little earlier. So those, people mentioning with them over on Sports Empire Network. So those of you who are in here, if you didn't know that, I'm also part of Sports Empire Network on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So definitely check out that channel as well. A lot of great shows and people over there. So Eddie says, Mr. M, as well to me, England beats Spain, wins under 21. Then it just says W. So I'm assuming that's World Cup. Okay. Appreciate the update. Like I said, I'm getting through these. Eddie says, I like Celtic and Rangers. Okay, we got a wide stroke of football fans in here. Mr. M, nice pronunciation of Tottenham. Most Americans say Tottenham. Did not know that, but I will definitely take that. I've always said this Tottenham. I guess because I probably watched the broadcast or two and heard them say it. I feel like I'd always say Tottenham. But yeah, I could see why Americans would say Tottenham. I like to make a pitch for my pal YouTuber in England and through Black and White Eyes. Join anytime. My pal YouTuber in England. Through Black and White Eyes. Join anytime. Okay. I will check that out. I'm assuming it is this channel like I guess soccer content. Yeah, I'll check them out. So through Black White Eyes. Okay. So yeah, appreciate that, Eddie. Like I said, I'll check that out after the stream. And those of you who want to check out Eddie's buddy's YouTube channel, feel free to do that as well. Mr. M, French league is a farmers league. Your man Balogun, for example, 2 seasons ago on loan at Middlesbrough was awful. This season in France, one of the top scorers in the league. Yeah, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I can't really get into the French league. Like I said, the fact that PSG was so stacked in a league like the French league kind of didn't make sense to me. Like at that point, you could just roll out of bed and win that league as PSG. I mean, now with seemingly that team getting broken down, let's see what PSG looks like next season. Yeah, I watch very little French league. Like I said, I watch PSG in Champions League. Eddie says yes. Yeah, once you said Black and White, I automatically thought of Newcastle or Juventus. Mr. M, you must join. Okay. And I'm all caught up there. So we're into the 82nd minute, but like I said, love the energy in the chat. So I'm with Mr. M. I'm definitely going to check that out after this stream. Purple, blue, peace. I'm not sure if I know what that means. Kind of looks like the message is cut off there. So Eddie, you can explain that one. Apart from Middlesbrough, hate Newcastle being local rivals, but I do like what they're doing. Hey man, Newcastle's showing off that new money. But love the rivalry here. All right, so U.S. on the ball, 84th minute, running down here in the second half. Will we get a goal? So we put up a good stat. The U.S. has a winning or tying goal after the 83rd minute in 4 of their last 6 Gold Cup matches. Could we get some magic here tonight against this Canadian team? All right, so Eddie, good night. I have to get up early and dealing with allergies. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by. I mean, you were here for a while, so hey, I definitely appreciate it. But yes, have a great night, and hopefully the allergies don't mess up with you too much. My mom has allergies, so I know all about that. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you the next stream. All right, so everybody who's tuning in on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Kick, appreciate all of you for sticking around this long. We're in the last 5 minutes or so of this one. We'll see how much additional time there's going to be. Not sure if there'll be much, but we'll see. But yeah, so whatever platform you're on, if you could go ahead and the like button and subscribe, we'll really appreciate it. Okay, so Mr. Good night, brother. It's 3 a.m. for me. I'm off soon. The fact that you were here for the wee early morning of your day, I definitely appreciate that and hope to see you on the next stream as well. If you haven't, please subscribe. Yes. Good night, Mr. M. It was good talking to you and meeting you. Well, I guess not really meeting you, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so Canada's making a substitution here. So we're in the 86th minute. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, appreciate that, Mr. M. Like I said, like talking football with you. Like I said, will be plenty more opportunities. All right, so we got Jordan Morris getting his instructions. Looks like he's about to come on. I wonder if he'll come on for maybe Ferreira. Cowell cuts inside. Nice ball to Busio. Busio crosses it. Ooh. Good play by Busio. Like I said, Busio's had a good night. I like what he's doing. That was a great run by Busio. Yeah, found him. Can't tell who that is on the back post. Oh, it was Gressel on the back post. Yeah, he found the right guy. Just need to put a little bit more power onto it, and I think Gressel would have had an open near post to put that in. Once again, they're showing Jordan Morris. All right, U.S. with the throw in. We're into the 88th minute. So if you don't know, in the Gold Cup, if it's, nice ball into the box. Oh, Vasquez with the goal. I said when Vasquez comes into the game, he is a guaranteed goal. This is the third straight match he's done this. Great cross into the box. Fabulous run by Vasquez. And then the header into the far corner just. Are you behind? Yeah, it's 1-0. Vasquez with the header. This is what Vasquez does. DeJuan Jones with the great ball into the box. Hey, Vasquez is a sniper. Keeper got a fingertip on it, but he couldn't keep it out. Oh, hold on. Here comes Canada the other way. Crosses it in. Out of play. What timing on the goal, too. That's demoralizing for the opposition. Canada appealing for a handball, but nah. I don't think they're getting that one. Here's the U.S. back the other way. Got a whistle. Free kick to the U.S. Like Vasquez got maybe a little bit of chicken wing into his midsection. Hey, Vasquez has been really good. That's what you want. When you bring a guy in, you want him to make an impact, and Vasquez does that time in and time out. He's able to split the center backs from Canada, have wide open space. DeJuan Jones with the perfect ball over the top. Then at that point, it was just whether or not Vasquez could head it past the keeper. All right, so we got 6 minutes of additional time here. Oh, we're going back to VAR. Like I said, Canada was appealing for a handball. Oh, that's Robinson again. Ooh, this one's going to. Oh, I don't. Robinson, what are you doing? And I was rating up Miles Robinson early in the game. This is the second time now his arm's been caught in an unnatural position. Luckily, the first one, there's a Canadian foul before, but this one, yeah. Oh. And there was no need for it. Like, I mean, I get it. He was trying to get it like an arm onto the Canadian player, but you don't want to put yourself in that position, especially in the box. Now, if you're a U.S. fan, you've seen Matt Turner in these situations come up with the save more often than not. But this is gonna be a tough one. If Matt Turner can pull out the heroics here, he's goated at this point. 46% save percentage on penalty kicks. It's pretty good. All right, what does Turner do here? Let's see. I'm predicting this guy looks like he's going to go low and to Turner's left. Or I guess to the Canadian player's right. That's my guess. All right, waiting for the rest whistle. Here we go. Oh, he went down the middle. All right, So it's 1-1. Okay. So I think I was saying this before, this whole stuff with Canada is going on. So with the Gold Cup, if it's a draw at the end of time, we get the 15-minute extra time halves. Then after that, we get a shootout. Yeah, he went right down the middle. Great take. The highs and lows. Get the goal from Vasquez, and then shortly after, Miles Robinson once again with the handball. Just that this time it stands. And then I think it's Vittoria took the penalty kick for Canada. Great strike right down the middle. Gets it past Matt Turner. So now it's 1-1. 94th minute. About 2 more minutes of extra time here before we go into the 30-minute extra time period where we get 15-minute halves. This has been a good game. All right, back to Turner. He skies it. Ooh, Canada playing with a little bit of momentum right now. All right, U.S. gets back. All right, Canada looking to cross into the box. Knocked out of play. Canada with the corner here. Coming up on probably like a minute and a half left to go here before we go into extra time, unless we get a goal. All right. Here's the cross. Oof. Okay, ball still in a dangerous position. All right, bad pass by Canada, out of play. U.S. with the throw-in. Looks like we're heading to extra time, but we'll see. All right. All right, Canada with a throw-in here. It's got to be the last moments. Over the top. All right, Canada sends it out wide to the left. Oh, he's looking for early cross into the box. Crosses it in now. Turner was there. Gets it. Launches one. Gets it to Vasquez. Vasquez settles it down. Okay, U.S. coming back. Busio on the ball. Come on, Cal. Take him on. Oh, Busio cross. Vasquez gets ahead to it, but he couldn't get enough power onto it. Vasquez is just a magnet for these crosses over the top. He just couldn't get any power onto that shot. His legs were getting taken out from him. So weak header right at the goalkeeper, but good opportunity there. All right, we're now into the 7th minute of extra time. It's a little more than the 6 minutes. Busio with the throw in. DeJuan Jones gets it up to Vasquez. All right, Canada with the counter. And we got a foul in the U.S., so looks like it's going to be a free kick for Canada around the halfway line. We'll see if they can get anything going here. All right, they play a direct pass down the right side. And that's extra time. Play a direct pass down the right side. Oh, I see. Let's see somebody on kick. Already the greatest. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, absolutely. I got you already. Yes, that's what I do. Like if you follow me or whatever, I will definitely follow you back. So yeah, already the greatest. I got you. I also said enjoy your stream. Thanks. Yes. I mean, now that we follow each other, I'll have to check out your streams as well. All right, so after 90 minutes was not enough time, so we're going to have 30 minutes of an extra period where it'll be broken up in 15-minute halves. If it's still tied at that point, we'll get a shootout. Well, shootouts are exciting, also nerve-wracking. Like I said, this has been a good game. You know, the late goal by the U.S., but Canada came right back, answered with the help of Miles Robinson's, handball, which it happens, but that for that to be the second time that went to VAR because of a handball with him, something he's got to fix. And I've been praising Miles Robinson all night, but those have been two glaring like brain farts. But yeah, take a little breather here. Woo. So yeah, once again, appreciate all of you, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Kick. Thanks for tuning into the stream. We got at least 30 more minutes of game action to go to decide a winner here who will go on to face Panama on Wednesday, with the other side of the bracket being Mexico versus Jamaica. I see Coach on Facebook, what's going on. We are in extra time here. It's 1-1 USA Canada, and we got 30 minutes of extra time. So we got a goal by Vasquez off of a cross in from DeJuan Jones in the 88th minute, and then literally in like the 90th minute, handball by Miles Robinson went to VAR, confirmed it. Vittoria stepped up to the spot, drilled one right down the middle. Matt Turner went to his right and just couldn't reach back and make the save. So that's where we are. 1-1, getting ready for extra time. To be honest, this game probably deserves it. Both teams have played really well. I believe both teams have 2 subs left. They might make 1 sub early on, probably in the first 15-minute period, and then maybe make a second one in the second 15-minute period, because at that point you might be playing for the shootout, bringing a guy who's really good from the spot. That way, in case you go to it, he's on the field and you can use him. But yeah, that Miles Robinson, I think the first one was probably more egregious than the second one, to be honest with you. Second one was kind of just unfortunate. Like he was putting his arm out to get onto the body of the Canadian player. Just happened that the ball bounced up and got to his arm before he got to the Canadian player. All right, so back to the studio where they got Alexi Lawless, Landon Donovan, Maurice Edu, and all right, so we're ready to go. All right, so Canada is making a sub. At least they're trying to. So I think Canada will have 1 left. and the U.S. still has 2. Yeah, so it looks like Canada's making one to start out the 15-minute period. The U.S. is going to start off with the group that ended the game. All right, players are kind of getting set, waiting for the whistle to get it underway. Any moment. All right. So here we are to the first 15 minutes of the 30-minute extra period. Okay, the U.S. didn't. Yeah. I mean, probably not a surprise. Callahan subs in Aaron Long, takes out Miles Robinson. Rough night, especially with the 2 handballs. So probably a teaching lesson. Last thing you want is for Miles Robinson to have his arm in an unnatural position here in the extra time. So like I said, it's 30 minutes of extra time, but it's broken up into 15-minute halves. And it's going to be a Canadian throw-in as the U.S. player, I think it was Jordan Morris, lost it on the far side. Ball went over the touchline. All right, Canada's going to throw it in here. And U.S. just cleared it out. So like I said, the way that the 90 minutes ended, you got to think Canada's going to be pushing to get a second goal here early on in this 15-minute period. Because when Vasquez scored his goal, I said it was demoralizing for Canada with him scoring in the 88th minute. It's more demoralizing to be up a goal and then give up one in that fashion in the 90th minute. So if you're Canada, you got to think the play is probably tipped to your side right now. So why not go out and try to get a goal here early in this 15-minute period? All right, DeJuan Jones on the ball, gets clipped. No foul. Busio on the ball. He gets knocked down. Got a free kick. Ferrero's in even a deeper position than we've seen him. All right, let's see what the U.S. can do here. How do they try to attack this Canadian squad? All right, on to Busio, which has probably been a good spot to go. Cowell on the ball. Ooh, try to connect with Ferrero, just too far for him. If Ferrero could have settled that, he probably would have been able to get a nice step into a strike. Would have been able to put it on goal. Woo. Yeah, Canada's got some energy right now. That was a great little low cross into the box that was just put over the crossbar. All right, so Canada has used all their subs at this point. U.S. is still sitting on one. I wonder who they're saving it for. I think it might be Roldan. I don't know who Roldan would come in for, though. But that's my guess. Yeah, I don't know who you would take out. All right, U.S. on the ball, playing possession right now. Reynolds was looking for a ball over the top, decides against it. feel like they keep wanting to find like Jordan Morris over the top making a run. All right, so we got to throw in for the U.S. So once again, it's a 1-1 draw. 95th minute. We are into the first 15 minutes of extra time. Canada's made all 6 of their subs. The U.S. have made 5 of the 6, so they have 1 left. Like I said, the 6th might be rolled on. All right, here's Ferreira into the box. Too far for Cowell, sorry. Well, he overshot Vasquez and then just overshot Cowell. But yeah, good game. All right, Canada sends it deep. Busio on it. Okay. All right. U.S. Busio with a good run there. Cross into the box, try to get it to Cowell, but we have it's called a goal kick? I thought that was a corner. Oh, I feel like that should be a corner. What's the call here? Yeah, that's a corner. Oh, Cowell got a yellow card. That might be a little harsh there. I don't know about that. Okay. All right, Canada sends it. All right, Busio heads it back, headed up into the air. Canada on the ball. Looking to find an opening here. They have been loving going down the left side. Ferrer just launches it. Yeah, this first 15 minutes, I would say Canada has the advantage right now. The U.S. has had little pockets where they've made dangerous runs or whatever, but Canada's been the better team on the ball in this first 15. All right, young Kobe, welcome back to the chat. So you're about to eat dinner. Are you doing women watch-alongs as well? That is the plan. I will try to do some, U.S. Women's World Cup matches for sure. Yes. Cowell fighting for the ball, and we got a corner. I think going into the Women's World Cup, yes, obviously the U.S. will probably be favorites, but I think there's some other decent teams to watch. But yeah, if I had to pick, I'd probably pick the U.S. to win it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to do some watch alongs for that. Always going to be an interesting time difference because it's in I'm about to say New Orleans, New Zealand. I'm about to double check some of those times. I think those games will be on in the morning for me. But yeah, that actually should probably work. Yeah, I should definitely do some of those. All right, U.S. on the ball here. Come up on the 99th minute. So we're almost done with this first 15. About 6 minutes to go. Like I said, Canada, I would say, has the advantage in this 15-minute period for sure. But now U.S. getting a little possession, working side to side. See if they can't find a open runner here. So Reynolds, gets knocked out of play there. Yeah, appreciate you coming back, young Kobe. But yeah, and, enjoy your dinner. And like I said, I will be doing one of the watch-alongs. Yes, have a good night as well. All right, Vasquez slips it. Ooh, oh. I feel like there's definitely space to be had for the U.S. here. It's just whether or not they can make those connecting passes in the final third. Vasquez on the ball with a cross to nobody. All right, so we got a throw in for Canada. Yeah, we got a long stream here tonight. I feel like this is kind of the point where most of these U.S. Uh, soccer streams have ended around 2.5 hours, but this one we're going well past that. It looks like. All right, Boosie on the ball. Oh, great ball to Cowell. Cowell cuts inside into the box. Canadian defense stepping up though. Dwan Jones crosses it in. Ooh. Is this a corner? Yes. That was a great ball by Dwan Jones. All right. So here we go. The U.S. with a corner. This one is going to be, I guess, outswinging from the Canadian keeper. Could Vasquez get a second goal here? We know he's going to be a target for this. Oh, that was a nice cross. A little short, but it bounced through. Morris almost got a head onto that. All right, Canada's got to clear this out. Oh, U.S. back on the attack. Oh, Reynolds' first touch failed him. Now Canada trying to get into the counterattack. Good crossing ball. Great tackle there. All right, now we're getting some end-to-end action. Oh, Cowell. Great ball by Ferrer. Cowell's going in. Nice. Put it on. Ooh. Vittoria with the great stop there. Yeah, Vittoria tracked back, got in the way, deflected out of play. I mean, that shot from Cowell is going to be right at the keeper anyway. So a corner, I'll take that. Now, can the U.S. connect on one of these corners, though? It looks like, Callahan's going to save that last sub for the second 15-minute period. Which I'm not mad at. That could be the difference. Like Canada, they've used their subs. If Callahan brings in the right guy, going up against some tired legs could work. Busio goes near post. Was that Vasquez with the near post header? No, it wasn't. That was a great header. A great save by St. Clair. Was that going in? Yeah. That was going to dip under the bar. So great save by St. Clair. All right, so now we got a cross on the other side. And Canada clears that one out. We've got about 2 minutes here, first 15. All right, so we got throwing for the U.S. Yeah, this game's picking up. go. Vasquez turns, and yeah, that one got away from him. What's going on, Melissa? I see you tuning in on Facebook. Appreciate you. So if you're here in the chat, you say what's up. Let me know you're here. And make sure if you, wherever you're watching, hit the like button for sure. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow me if you're on Twitch or Kick or Facebook, actually. So I think that covers all of them. All right, so that's the end of the first 15. We have a quick little break here, and then we'll come back for the second 15. Which now, start thinking about shootout. So that glancing header was Miazga. So we'll see at what point does one team maybe get into a defensive shell and play for the shootout? Will both teams kind of just go at it and see who gets the goal first? I kind of think it's probably more the latter. I don't think either one of these teams are playing for the shootout. I don't think that's in them. Because the way that first 15 ended, like these two teams are going for it, and that's what I like to see. All right, so as we have a break, like I said, anybody who's new to the channel, appreciate you for tuning in. Like I said, go ahead, like or subscribe or follow. Sorry. And once again, new to the channel, I have a podcast, Chomping at the Bit, name of the channel, outside of Twitch. But do these watch-alongs for a lot of the U.S. Soccer matches. We'll do some Celtics Summer League, which unfortunately, if the U.S. win tonight, I can't do the Wednesday game either because that's going to be U.S.-Panama. But hopefully I can watch Friday because I do want to watch Jordan Walsh on stream, kind of give you my thoughts on him. But yeah, watch-alongs will continue into the NFL season. Just have a lot of fun doing these on the channel here. And also, if you want to see more of me outside of this channel, you can catch me on JJL Sports Talk, where I co-host with Jordan, or over on Sports Empire Network, where I'm there Mondays, Tuesdays, then NFL season Thursdays once again. But like I said, there's other shows over there, so definitely follow those two. Subscribe to those two channels as well. Sports Empire Network, you get your day started with them with coffee and sports. And since tomorrow's Monday, I will be on there for cheap seats. So make sure you check me out over there. All right, so the second 15 is now underway. U.S. with a throw in here. All right, we got a foul. Sands trying to get a quick free kick in, but Canda was not going to allow that. So let me see if I can reset the lineup for the U.S. really quickly. So we got defenders. We got DeJuan Jones, Aaron Long, Matt Miazga, and who's on the other side? Reynolds. Brian Reynolds. Midfield, we're looking at... Oh, hold on. Busio on it. Oh, Busio right at the keeper. So we got Busio in the midfield. I believe Ferreira's in the midfield at this point. He's moved back to center midfielder. And who's the other midfielder? Sands, sorry. Actually, Sands might be in the middle. Those are your three midfielders, and then three up top are Vasquez, Morris, and Cowell. Would like to see that go in for Busio as well. He's had a good night. St. Clair with 5 saves, and he's made some good ones. He had the one on the toe poke from Ferreira. Great save. Recent one, the Miazga run to the near post, glancing header. Great save. So, yeah, St. Clair's been great for Canada. But now it's just to see who can break through here. All right, U.S. trying to go back the other way. Ooh, turnover here, Canada. Nice run into the. Oh, no, goal. That was a great run. Yeah, it was a bad turnover around the halfway line. And who was that? It's number 13. Oh, what's his name? I know it's hyphenated. That's a killer. I also said I did not expect either of these teams to kind of sit back. U.S. was trying to mount an attack. Bad place for a turnover, and Canada capitalized. Had Miazga on his heels, backing up, and yeah, that's just a great strike. Yeah, this is 13 for Canada. I like his style. Oh, he went between Miazga's legs. Was it Schaffelberg? Yeah, he's been good. Turner, just past his fingertips. But all right, so now it gets interesting. Looking at what? About 10 minutes to go here in the second 15. And the U.S. are down a goal. They got to find an equalizer. All right, let's see if they can do it. Yeah, it's definitely going to take the air out of the stadium for sure. We'll see. We'll see if the U.S. can answer. This is the position they haven't found themselves in too often, especially in this Gold Cup. But how they respond to this will say something about this U.S. group. All right, so okay. All right, so the U.S. is on the ball here. Like I said, the U.S. now has about 9 minutes to find an equalizer here. Now, part of the problem is going to be with Canada having the goal lead. They can kind of sit back a little bit defensively. Put a few extra bodies behind the ball. Try to close up as many, through ball lanes as they can. Force the U.S. to kind of play outside of the box. Try to find openings that way. Okay, that's a good ball. Sands trying to make a move. Okay, gets it out wide to Cowell. Cowell's going to put into the box. Ooh. Busio. Ooh. Busio's header goes just over the top. But St. Clair had that covered. Oh, just hit my desk. But you can kind of see what the U.S. is going to try and do. They're going to try to play through the middle quickly, get it out wide, crosses into the box, and try to get Vasquez up in the air. All right, so the last sub's been made. They bring in Roldan for Reynolds. So the U.S. might be going to 3 at the back now. Because Roldan is not a defender. Okay, U.S. on the ball. Gonna flick it on to Jordan Morris here. Yeah, looks like they changed their formation for sure because Reynolds was playing right back. They brought in Roldan, who, I feel like Roldan's a midfielder. Are they going with like a 3-4-3 type of look here? Because it looks like kind of Cowell's moved into the midfield. It looked like. We'll see. Here's the cross. Canada clears it once again. All right, U.S. trying to put something together. Jones sends it back to Turner, who's up around halfway. Over the top, heads into the box. On to Busio. What is this game? Busio with the goal. I mean, I don't know how it's going to go down in the books. It might be an own goal because Busio put it off St. Clair. It seemed like it hit St. Clair and hit off the Canadian defender. So I don't think Busio will get credit for it, but he did put the shot on goal, and we now have a 2-2 game. Whew. This game, man. All right, so let's see here. Matt Turner with a great cross in. Morris heads it down to Busio. Yeah, that's got to be an own goal. Like the momentum swings in this game, nuts. Vasquez scores 88th minute, and I'm like, oh, Canada's got to be defeated. Canada scores right after. You get to this point, Canada gets the goal from what? Shuffleberg, I think is his name. U.S. seems deflated. They come back, they get fortunate bounce, and now it's 2-2. At this point, who can get that third goal? Because once again, these teams are going for it. Oh, it's a bad pass by DeJuan Jones. Don't want to give it up there, but he fights and gets it back, so you got to give him credit for that. And he knocks out a play. So Canada with the throw-in. Whew, what a game. All right, Canada with the long throw-in straight to Matt Turner. Turner's looking for a quick outlet, looking for somebody. He sends this one deep down the middle. All right, Ferrero on the ball. Ferrero's got some room. Over to Cowell. Oh, Cowell tried to get cute there. Cowell with a quick throw-in. Hey, flowing into the box, rolled on. There you go. All right, Canada clears it out. Roldan back on it again. Puts another one into the box. Ferreira, I don't know. Okay, they called the corner there. The crowd's back into it. After the Canadian goal, a lot of them were sitting on their hands, but now with the equalizer, you got a corner here. U.S. fans are standing up again, making some noise. All right, so you got Vasquez, you got Jordan Morris, you got Miazga, you got Aaron Long. There's some targets. Looks like Ferrero's going to float this one in. All right, Ferrero. Ooh! I think Vasquez actually got ahead onto that one. He did, and he put it wide. Oh, that was close. That's another corner. Okay. All right, so I'll give Canada credit there. I thought Vasquez just headed it wide, but it took a deflection. I think he would have gotten into the bottom corner. All right, Ferrer, do the same thing. Crosses it in, cleared out by Canada. Headed back to Ferrer, put it back into the box. He tried to go near post, but we got another corner for the U.S. Yeah, the crowd's all the way into it now. Ferrer once again into the box. Ooh. Canada clears it. Roldan gets the touch. Floats another one in. Canada clears that one. Watch out for Shuffleberg. He's looking to make a run. Ooh, U.S. got to get back. Sands is down. Cowell back the other way. Oh, yeah. That was like your NBA take foul right there. Canada's one to calm things down. It was getting a little hectic there. Yeah, Cowell had some space, so he probably had to take him down. See who's this? Juana. I see you on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. We got a 2-2 tie here in extra time into the 119th minute. So about a minute to go before we go to penalty kicks. Unless the U.S. can get a goal here. Or Canada, to be honest with you. But U.S. has a free kick opportunity. Let's see if Ferrer can float in another dangerous ball. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. That was a little bit too much on that one. The Canadian players are trying to get a Miazga right now. Yeah, Miazga gets a yellow. Yeah, he bumped St. Clair. Which, I mean, look. It was a dangerous ball in the box. Miazga went for it. He just clipped St. Clair. I mean, it's going to happen. Yeah, like I said, normally these U.S. streams go about 2.5. All right, that's the end of extra time. We got penalty kicks coming up. Whew. So now let's see. Who will the U.S. put out there? I'm assuming Ferrero's got to go first. Although he looks like he might be cramping. I don't know. I mean, you start with what, 5? So I'm thinking what, Ferreira. Cowell, Busio, Roldan, and who am I missing? Roldan. I don't know. I don't know who would be number 5. Owen Jones, I see you on Facebook. What's going on? So we're going to penalty kicks. It's a 2-2 score right now between U.S. and Canada. So quick Recap. Vasquez gets the goal in the 88th minute. Looks like the U.S. is going to win it in just regular 90 minutes. Canada answers right back because of a handball from Miles Robinson. Victoria from the spot scores to equalize it at 1-1. Go to extra time. Get through the first 15 minutes, no scoring. Second 15, very early on, U.S. with a bad turnover at midfield. Shuffleberg, I believe is his name, from Canada, takes it down the left side, has all the space in the world, gets into the edge of the box, puts it past Turner. Canada's up 2-1. And then, was it a couple minutes after that, maybe like 115th minute or so? Across into the box from Matt Turner, over to, I think it was Jordan Morris, over to Busio. Shot was stopped, but the deflection went off of the Canadian defender into the back of the net for an own goal. That's where we are, 2-2, headed to penalty kicks. So once again, you're looking at penalty kicks, you got to give the advantage to Matt Turner. He's really good at these. Now, he wasn't able to save the one with Victoria, but can he come up with a save or two right now to give the U.S. a shot? Like I said, I want to see who Callahan's going to put out there for the U.S. Like I said, I think it's going to be Ferreira. So I'd go Ferreira, Morris, Busio, Cowell, Roldan. That's my guess for the 5 the U.S. will put out there, but we'll see. All right, see a couple more of you over on Facebook. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. We're into extra time here. It's 2-2 USA, Canada. The captains are meeting. Let's see who's going first here. Okay, that's not a good start. Matt Turner is literally confused by what just happened with the coin toss. Not a good sign. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I mean, the ref was talking to, like, Victoria a lot. So I don't know, was it confusing what he was saying? So we got it's Ma'am on kick. What's going on? How you doing? We got a 2-2 game here. USA, Canada going to penalty kicks. How are you doing? All right, so it looks like Canada's going to go first. Looks like Victoria's explaining to Matt Turner what was going on there. Because like I said, Matt Turner was completely confused by what was going on. So we got the rematch. Victoria had this opportunity in the 90th minute. He buried it. He went straight down the middle. So remember that. Will he go down the middle again? Will he switch it up on Matt Turner? These are the head games that happen now with penalty kicks. So let's see. It's going to be interesting. Okay, referees. He's telling the players, I guess, to go behind the halfway line. For some reason, the Canadian players aren't moving at all. I think the Canadian dude literally just said, if they go, we'll go. Oh my, what is this? Okay, I guess that little standoff is over. Yeah, so just to catch you up, the ref was delaying the start of the penalty kick because the players are supposed to be behind the halfway line. So they told Canada first. Canada said, we'll go if U.S. goes. U.S. looking back at Canada like, we're not going anywhere. But now both teams are behind the half line. All right, so Vittoria's got the ball. He's going to place it on his spot. Matt Turner's going to do, goalie stuff. Stand on the line. He might come off the line. All right, he's getting his instructions. Can't leave the line until the ball's kicked, blah, 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 all that good stuff. All right, let's see. Vittoria approaches. Oh, he tried to go down the middle again. Turner with the save. Hey, Matt Turner's about this life. If there's one thing he can do, he can stop a penalty shot. He actually leaned a little bit the wrong way. He stuck his right arm out, kept it out. All right, so we got Vasquez going first for the U.S. Okay. Wait, what was the order I said? I think I said Ferreira going first. Okay. I think Vasquez definitely, yeah. Okay, I'm fine with that. All right, St. Clair looking at Vasquez. Vasquez not looking at him. The mind games. That's where this is won and lost. All right, so Matt Turner makes a save. Vasquez has a chance to give the U.S. an advantage here. Where does he go? Oh, he went over the top. Oh, that's brutal. That wasn't even close. That was a rough one. Okay. All right, he bounced back from that. Vasquez had a big opportunity there, but he floated that one way over the crossbar. All right. What does Turner do here with the second shot? He made the save on the first one. So that player would try to go down the middle. Where does this one go? Turner with another save. I told you. You go to a PK shootout, Matt Turner is one of the guys I'm picking. He's good. Guessed the right way. No problem. Kept it out. So 2 shots for Canada, 2 saves by Matt Turner. So now we got Cowell going next. Okay, I said Cowell. So far I've got 2 of them right. I just had the wrong order, but all right, Cowell. Can you get the first goal here? He approaches it, buries it. Way to go, Cowell. Okay, so the U.S. players can breathe now. They have 1-0 lead here in the penalty kicks, going into round 3 for Canada, which after seeing the first 2 get stopped, the Canadian players might be a little worried. All right, Canadian players stepping up here. Could Matt Turner get a third stop? Let's see. Like I said, Matt Turner. This is where he shines, and this is why. All right, here we go. Ooh. That was a good shot. Who's that? Miller. Turner guessed right. He just went high on him. Yeah, Turner was right there. I think Turner might have got maybe like a fingernail on that. Okay. So that's an answer from Canada, but all right, so I got Busio. I mentioned him as well. So far I got 3 I got the first three right. Had the wrong order, but those are three names I mentioned. So Busio with the opportunity to give the U.S. a 2-1 advantage in penalty kicks. Let's see what he does. Oh, that's upper 90. That's class. He approached the ball calmly and just roofed it. Doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, there's nothing St. Clair could have done there. All right, so going to round 4. It is 2-1 U.S. on penalty kicks. Matt Turner with a couple of saves. Can he come up with another one? Let's see. Okay. Canada scores the tie at 2. But the U.S. has their opportunity here in round 4 to regain the lead. Like Busio, that was very calm take of the penalty kick. All right, so we got Ferreira now. Okay, so I've had all 4 names correct so far. Just the wrong order. So Ferreira can get this one here. Let's see first. Ferreira. Oh, St. Clair guessed right, but Ferreira just put enough power on it. All right, so it's 3-2 headed to round 5. So Canada has to score here to extend this out. If Turner gets the stop here, that's it. Actually, St. Clair might have got the palm on that one. He just couldn't knock it out. He couldn't knock it past the post. So a little fortunate, but good strike by Ferreira. All right, comes down to this for Canada. Either the U.S. takes it or Canada forces the U.S. to take another shot. Oh! It hit the crossbar and stayed out. Yeah. Oh, this might be a VAR check. Hold on a second. Hold on. Because that hit like under the crossbar, it came down, but I don't think it ever crossed the goal line. Yeah. U.S. is moving on. They win 2-2 draw, but they win 3-2 penalty kicks to advance to the semifinals to face Panama on Wednesday. Wait, is there somebody down? What's going on? Well, like someone's like laying flat on their back and someone's trying to attend to them. Let's see. They're showing the replay here. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't even close to going in. I thought it went straight down, but it actually came out. So yeah. I mean, it was a good strike. He just put too much air under it. So the U.S. moving on for a date in the semis against Panama. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, I believe is what kickoff is. So yeah, like I said, Wednesday I was going to stream either U.S. or Celtics. U.S. win, I guess I'm streaming U.S. Panama on Wednesday. I'm here for it. The U.S. move on to the semifinals, where we have a Final Four bracket of U.S. and Panama on one side. We got Mexico, Jamaica on the other side, which means we could be headed down the road to a U.S.-Mexico final, but both teams will have, tough matchups in the semis. Yeah, so we got U.S. Panama Wednesday 7, which will be followed by Jamaica Mexico Wednesday night 10:30. Okay. I think Jamaica-Mexico is going to be an interesting matchup. I really do. What a game. That was a great, great game. Whew. All right. So, we were, what, 3 hours and 10 in? Stick around a couple of minutes if anybody's got comments or a question or something. If not, we will end it there. But, yeah, so just to recap. All right, so look at the final stats. Where is it? Yeah, that might have been match of the Gold Cup so far. All right, so we'll backtrack. So, penalty kicks, the way it went. Victoria stepped up first. Matt Turner with the save. Victoria tried to go down the middle again. Turner stops him. Vasquez steps up for the U.S. I think he had St. Clair going the wrong way, but he just floated it over the bar. Fraser comes back for Canada, second round. He tried to go to Matt Turner's left. Turner read it, stopped it. Cade Cowell comes out, and he scores going, I think, to St. Clair's left. St. Clair kind of stayed towards the middle. Then Miller stepped up for Canada in the third round. He put one to Turner's left. Turner went left. He just put it, he roofed it. He gets the first goal for Canada. Busio then comes back and best kick of the penalty kick round. Calmly strikes the ball, upper 90, beautiful shot. St. Clair had no shot. So it's 2-1 U.S. Then Russell Rowe for Canada. He kind of stepped up, did the Busio thing very calmly, put it into the bottom right corner. I guess the bottom left corner to Matt Turner to tie it up at 2. Jesus Ferreira comes up. He goes to St. Clair's left. St. Clair got a palm onto it, but it still found its way into the back of the net. And then last kick for Canada was Andreas Brim. Hit the crossbar, it stayed out, and the U.S. move on to the semifinals after winning penalty kicks 3-2. Move on to face Panama Wednesday night. The U.S. advances to the 12th consecutive semifinals in the Gold Cup. This has been a tournament that the U.S. has kind of owned. Well, I wouldn't say owned, but they usually get to the semis, so that's nothing new. But yeah, this is a great game, though. Like I said, I think game of the tournament so far. And who knows, it could be topped with one of these upcoming games. But like I said, quick look at the stats. How'd this end up? Possession at halftime was 67% U.S., 33% Canada. It ends up 67% U.S., 33% Canada. Shots, this has been a thing. U.S. 21 shots, Canada 5. I feel like if I pull up every stat so far in the Gold Cup, if I pull up St. Kitts and Nevis, you'll see a discrepancy like that on shots. Trinidad and Tobago, same thing. Jamaica, I'm not sure if the shot discrepancy was that far, but yeah. Shots on goal, U.S. 8, Canada 2. So Canada 2 shots on goal, 2 goals. Very efficient. Fouls, 18 for Canada, 15 for the U.S. Very physical game. Yellow cards, 4 for Canada, 2 for the U.S. No red cards. Corner kicks, U.S. had 13 of them, Canada only 3. And Canada, St. Clair had 7 saves on the night. Turner only had 2 saves in the penalty kick shootout. He had none during regular time. But he came up big when he had to. But yeah, like I said, what a game that was. Fans in Cincinnati were treated to a great game there. So one last check. Those of you on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Kick, appreciate all of you for tuning in. Like I said, if any one of you has one last thing to say, feel free to drop it in the chat now, because if not, I will head up out of here, because that was a lot. I liked it. Great game. I thought it was going to be. I picked US 2-0, but hey, this game was much better. So, like I said, Wednesday night, 7:30, USA Panama. Although they're saying 7:30, the game probably actually kicks off at 8. Either way, I should be here for that. I can't wait. Then after that, we'll kind of see. Well, then after that, I think will be Friday. I will try to do Celtics Summer League. Finally get one of those games. Then next Sunday, I guess, would be the final. If USA is there, I will do a stream. Even if they're not. Depending on what the matchup is, I might still stream the final anyway. But we'll see. So thanks to all of you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Like I said, even if you are catching this after it's live, I'd still appreciate that. If you haven't, please go ahead and subscribe if you are on YouTube. Follow if you are on Facebook, Twitch, or Kick. Everybody, hit the like button. That definitely helps as well. But with that, I will say enjoy the rest of your night. As I say on my podcast, be safe out there. God bless. And I'll catch you in the next stream or video. I'll see you. I'm out of here. Good night.